In the main event of BKFC's KnuckleMania 5 over the weekend, Jeremy Stephens picked up a TKO victory over Eddie Alvarez. Alvarez's corner stopped the fight at the end of round 3. Turns out that Alvarez's jaw was broken, got hit with a kill shot in the first or second. Did my best to keep a game face and ignore it, but by the third round, the damage was too much. Please understand how bad I wanted this and sacrificed in order to win. It wasn't my night. Bare knuckle is as real as it gets. Unpredictable, fast-paced, and violent. Congrats to the new up-and-coming Philly standouts like Cody Russell, John Garbarino, Travis Thompson, and Pat Brainey on their wins. You're the men of future and made Philadelphia proud. I'm so happy for our city and the future of combat athletes. Whether I win or lose, it's not as important as Philadelphia/Pennsylvania slowly becoming the most dominant area in the country for combat sports. BKFC is the fastest growing and will be the greatest show on earth. Mark my words. Thank you, Philadelphia, for showing out. Alvarez reiterates, clean shot. Win or lose, BKFC is the greatest show on earth. Thanks, Philly, for coming out. Philadelphia definitely supports their fighters a lot, as was seen at the event and the press conference, and BKFC definitely putting on some very entertaining shows. They got an event Saturday at the Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. Then they go to the United Kingdom, Newcastle, the following week. Then they go to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Then they're back in Philadelphia March 21st, but it's a smaller venue, not the Wells Fargo Center. Jeremy Stephens says he is a free agent. He could do BKFC, he could do UFC, he could do regular boxing.
The difference between a man who is hungry and a motherfucker who is seriously starving every step of the way, dude. You weren't willing to go there. I broke you.
Bobby King Green versus Mauricio Rufy at a UFC 313, March 8th in Las Vegas. That's going to be an interesting striking lightweight battle. Green's coming off a submission loss to Paddy Pimblett. Pimblett choked him out. Rufy's coming off a win over James Yontop via decision. Rufy was stunted on him for the first couple rounds, but then he gassed out and lost a third, but still won a decision. Rufy versus Green should be an exciting striking battle. Bobby Green has some slick boxing. Rufy has a very flashy all-around striking game, so I might favor Rufy based on that more well-rounded, dangerous game, but should be a good fight while it lasts. High chance of finishing that one. Somebody's probably going to get put out because they don't shy away from the violence. Card headline by Pereira versus Ankh. Co-main event, Gaethje versus Hooker. Al Sawadi versus Oki is off Saturday's card. Al Sawadi says that Oki pulled out, so his fight is canceled. So this fight is off. Too late to find a replacement for Al Sawadi in Riyadh, most likely. The main card, besides the main event between Adesanya and Amava, Visharbula Magomedov versus Michael Venom Page is the co-main event. Then Pavlovich, Rosenstruik, Nurmagomedov, Oliveira, Ziem Davis, Naimov, Offley. Prelims is Gaziev, Peterson, McKinney, Hadzovic, Jazdavicia Silva, Grad, Alexander, Abdel Wahab, Pogues. That card has had some bad luck because they also recently lost Ikram Aliskerov versus Andre Muniz because Muniz had passport issues. Aliskerov says it's been a long and exhausting camp. Unfortunately, the opponent could not arrive and the fight was canceled. Bilal Muhammad hoping to headline UFC Chicago in June against Shavkat Rakhmonov. UFC hasn't confirmed that they're coming to Chicago in June, but they are coming to the city later this year, and it makes sense to have Bilal headline there because he's from there. This fight on February 22nd in Seattle is off. Adam Fugit versus Islam Dulatov. Dulatov says he got seriously injured, so they need to find a new opponent for Adam Fugit. Billy Ray Goff says he has stepped in to fight Fugit, so February 22nd, Goff versus Fugit. Guilherme Cruz of MMA Fighting says the UFC won't be doing a show in Brasilia May 31st. That fight night card will be in another Brazilian city, but they may return to Brasilia in the second half of this year. Aljamain Sterling says, I'd be more than willing to backpack Patricio Pitbull. And Pitbull says, put your money where your mouth is. The sooner the better. Want to fight tomorrow? Tomorrow. I mean, if he signs with the UFC, yeah, it might be a decent fight to make. But Aljamain Sterling says that he wants to fight Arnold Allen next. He's number 7 and Sterling is number 9, so he'd move up a couple spots with the win. The UFC targeting a fight night card in Des Moines, Iowa on May 3rd. The promotion hasn't had an event in Iowa since UFC 26 in 2000. In the 2000s, Bettendorf, Iowa was a hotbed of talent at the Miltich Fighting Systems gym, but the gym eventually shut down. Alex Pereira says he's willing to share his 2024 Fighter of the Year award with Ilya Topuria. He says they were the two best fighters of the year. Islam Makhachev thinks that Usman Nurmagomedov would beat Arman Tsarukyan in the UFC. It'd be a decent fight. I'd favor Tsarukyan in that one. It won't happen anytime soon, though. He's with the PFL. Steve Urseg says he has an exciting announcement coming soon. He already has a fight scheduled at the moment against Asu Almabayev. Brian Kelleher thinks he should have got drafted by the New York team in the GFL with the resume I built. In his weight class, Zviad Lazishvili and Jimmy Rivera got drafted by Team New York. Jeff Molina indicates he'll be back in action soon. He hasn't fought in over a couple years. He's 3-0 in the UFC, won 10 in a row, but hasn't fought since that betting scandal with James Krause. He was also being investigated in that situation. He's the first openly bi male UFC fighter. If anyone can come back, it's Volk versus Topuria. I don't know if he will, but he's got the best shot out of anyone in this situation. He has the skills and has proven to be very good at adapting to the challenge. Sweet, living 305. Can't wait for tickets to go up. Was kind of nervous. It'd be a trash card. Last Miami card was good too. O'Malley versus Vera 2. Poirier versus Saint Denis as the co-main event.
So some of you might have seen my post I just put up, and I just want to reach some of those that have not. And I want to first of all thank all the fans. I want to thank Dana White. I want to thank my parents, Big J, all my coaches, teammates throughout all the years that have made this incredible journey possible. And I want to thank the red, white, and blue. How cool is that? Let's go for a run out here in Philly. But yeah, just a heartfelt thank you, not just from myself, but from my parents, from my family, from Big J, from my coaches, from my teammates, to all those fans that spent money on those pay-per-views, showed up at those fight nights, tuned in at home, across the country, across the world, on all the events that myself and other athletes got to partake in and go out and compete, put it all on the line. This one's for you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this without the sport of wrestling paving the way and being that vehicle, that driving force. So, thank you guys. And this is not my retirement. I'm simply passing the torch to the next line of warriors and wrestlers out there. So you guys will see me again. You know what I always say, straight to the top, and the best is yet to come, and wrestling is life. Thanks guys, peace.